Hey, Pooper Stars. Oh my God, hold on. Oh, cause I'm cold and oh my God, it's everything's greener. Hey, Pooper Stars. It's your girl Shay Renee, and I want to welcome everybody, host of my comment section, and I want to welcome everybody back to my channel, back to a new show, and back to a new week. It's Friday. What we talking about? I hope it's all green on your side, okay? Because I got the green light. Yeah, now the truth is, like what's God said, playtime over this the big league, go. Playtime over this the big league, go. I know that's right. Let's go. Child. But I need my body to catch up. Yeah, no, I just this morning I feel like I just need my body. Yeah, and I like make the Stacy say, I need my body. Yada 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 yada. Ooh. I needed to catch up, y'all. So shout out to that. I send it out now. Just big shout out to that. Now, first of all, ooh. Child, y'all see all this. Hold on, it's a lot going on in these internet streets. Yes, sir. I said it's a lot going on in these internet streets, y'all, and I like that. I think I like that. Like, it's like, like, yeah, I like that. I like that type is. So shout out to that. Hold on. I'm trying to get right real quick, like Jesus said. Y'all, hold on. Brief pause. Put y'all on a brief hold. Y'all scoot up. I'm in the building. So shout out to that. Let me see. Oh my goodness, it's a lot. Listen, how these stories said, pull up to my bumper, baby. I know that's right. I know that's right. Hey. Yes, baby. This she just come on now. I say it's just fall. The stories just falling out the sky like dollars. So shout out to that. Hold on, I can't keep up. I try to keep up. Hold on. Hold on, the internet. Well, y'all know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm putting a little blow up on it, but it's things are good. You know what I'm saying? Things are real good for a Friday. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, now truth is because usually on Fridays things be like Juvenile said, slow motion for me, slow motion for me. It be real slow on Friday. So, shout out to everybody that just start picking it up. Yeah. I said, not y'all that started out slow and then speed it up. I know that's right. So shout out to that. I have one, two, three, four, five, six topics and still counting. Oh Lord, yes. Oh Lord, how can I almost forget Brorilla, the main attraction? Brorilla, who listen, I know she used to ruffling, so you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Brorilla be ruffling feathers on these internet streets. And she ain't the only one. But oh my God, y'all scoot up and hit the damn like. Yeah, I'm gonna need y'all to send me out into these internet streets. Period. Yeah. Turn me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Yeah. I hype me up. Say I'm enough. If I you know I'm still getting up. So shout out to that. Shout out to the tough. What? Why what's it called it popped up in my head as soon as I said that. Soon as I said it. Lady Rage. Where's Lady Rage at? Hit my line. Somebody know what Lady Rage is. And hit the like button too. if you tough, if you the tough one. Yeah, now truth is she said I brought rough and stuff with my afro tuck. Hey, with your bad self. Come on now. Child, these tough girls is like, what's up? Oh my goodness. Hold on, let me see. Do I want to throw Megan Thee Stallion in there too? Megan Thee Stallion says Act 3 is on the way. Hold on. I need to watch Megan Thee Stallion's interview. Yeah, I do. Truth is, I need to watch that interview. I've that was something I could have did yesterday. Ooh, yesterday. Hey. All my troubles seem so far away. Y'all seen Clarissa? Clarissa? Clarissa be having me laughing, child. Yeah, no, truth is, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. She funny. Clarissa funny. Uh, she was just singing but what she was singing something, y'all. And she was talking about how, you know what I'm saying? I like Clarissa. But they were saying she was trolling too, though. So shout out to her, shout out to that. They said people don't really. Now, hold on. So listen to this. Word on the curb is people are always like, what's the word I'm looking for? Dang, people are always like, not critiquing, criticizing. You know what I'm saying? Clarissa Shields calling her names, calling her this and calling her that. But let me find out. And I'm not saying that I agree. Okay, that's y'all. Okay, truth is, I'm not saying that I agree at all. But what I will say is, uh, shout out to King Pie. Uh, um, Last time I checked, his little saying, it's for the girls in the back. It did have an S on it, plural, girls. Okay, so it is what it is. I'm just saying. Okay, I already have the truth is, I'm just saying. So don't come for the messenger, okay? Because like they were saying, y'all sometimes don't even be peeping with Clarissa be trolling. I don't know. But I will say this though. A good troll, when it's being done. Does that make sense? Like, nah, I can't explain it, but to me, you should be able to separate the two. Okay, yeah, I'm just saying there should be a little bit of separation in there. You know what I'm saying? Like what Clarissa say, Papoose and Remy got going. Mm, mm, basically, on that. Now, let me hold on. I want to talk about a couple of things today. So shout out to that. We got a lot, lots and 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 lots to talk about. So shout out to that, and which I love. I love. But I'm definitely not gonna be here long, y'all, because I got, it is what it is. Um, you know, I It is what it is. Big shit popping and little shit stopping. Bow on these hoes. Being broke is not an option. I know that's right. Go get it. Go get it. What we talking about? Child. Ooh, man, I got so crunk. Lord, yeah. That one little, that's what I'm talking about, T.I. um, you know, that one little, you know what I'm saying? I almost got dressed and went conquered the world real quick. So shout out to that. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. No, I say, hey, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. Like Smokey said, man, that's what it's supposed to do. Okay, period. So shout out to that. The music is definitely supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nah, it's supposed to do that. I'm saying you're supposed to be doing your motherfucking job, okay? Do that. Um, and I was listening to this guy. I would have gave him a shout out, but I don't know his name. I'm gonna have to get his name. I think he is so funny. He is somebody that be coming down my feed. Shout out to Instagram. They always showing somebody that I don't follow. And like I don't know. All I know is his face when I see him. Okay. But anyway, shout out to him. I was listening to a clip of his yesterday where he was basically saying that like today's music is missing emotion. You know what I'm saying? They don't, like they don't really pull the emotions up out of you for real. They ain't really talking about nothing. And I gotta agree. Truth is I gotta agree. It's all so surface level. Nobody wanna go deep anymore. Which to me, in my personal opinion, music should. Okay, it just is what it is. So anyway, shout out to that. It don't have to though. It doesn't have to. It really depends. But I'm just saying that it should. Music should evoke emotion either way. Whether it makes you happy, sad, something, crunk, hey, hey, why you think they play it when we going around the stores and stuff like that? Because it's really supposed to make you feel good, really. But not always, not always. I don't think every song was written for that. But back in the day, I definitely think that they used to write stuff with to make you feel something. Does that make sense? Yeah, now a little something, something. Hey, hey. So maybe that's why, like I was telling y'all yesterday, I'm just, I'm so hard on new songs. Yeah, now truth is I am. But anyway, speaking of music, let's talk Megan Thee Stallion. So Megan Thee Stallion, I think, has some new music coming our way. She's been talking about Act 3. She's been talking about Tina Snow. And Megan is my girl. Okay, period. Hands down. That's my girl. But I will say this. Megan is somebody else that I want her to give me a little something, something. Yeah, nah, truth is, on her next album, I want it to feel complete. And I want it to feel like I know her. Okay. Yeah, now truth is I need something. Okay. I'm gonna need a little something, something. And I can recall when Cardi B's album came out, I said, okay, now Cardi B has shown me what I feel like has been missing from Megan's music. You know what I'm saying? A little bit for me. Okay. And it's just like it's the same thing that I be saying with Koi. You know, like it's just it's like it's she's not telling me nothing. She's just not telling me much. Um, so anyway, I'm really, really hoping that um Megan will begin to, go a little deeper. Okay, I want her to go a little deeper into her creative bag. It just is what it is because the talent is there. It is what it is. The talent is there. I just need the songs. It's the song choices. Okay, for me. It just is what it is. It's the song choices for me. I need her to start telling me more of a story. Like songs are really like stories. Yeah, what we talking about? You know what I'm saying? And personally, I don't know why. I just feel like Megan can get away from that sometimes. I think that her music can kind of feel like more of a freestyle, like a more of a freestylish type of vibe. Okay. And again, it's all just surface level, which I want her to go a little bit deeper. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I hate to bring Cardi up because I'm not comparing the two. But the truth is, you want the truth? You gotta be able to hand it over here with me. Like when Cardi B dropped her album, though, I was able to realize, okay, well, this is what I feel like is missing. Not only from Megan's music, others' music as well, okay? But it just is what it is. Like Cardi's album, it feels complete to me. You know what I'm saying? It felt like a complete body of work. Why? Because she told a story in it. You know what I'm saying? She talked about ending a relationship. She talked about being in a new one. She talked about being outside as a as a new, you know what I'm saying, newly single, rich, new baby mama popping it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm getting at the ops too. We're gonna get at the ops too. Since, it is what it is. Y'all haven't heard from me. Since, like Lotto said, get in the booth, bitch. Yeah. Shout out to Lotto. You see? It is what it is. Cardi B's album was a full body of work. It is what it is. It told me everything I need to know that's going on with Cardi B right now, and it sparked emotion. You hear me? It did. It invoked emotion. So shout out to Cardi B and shout out to that. Yeah, now, cause there's somebody better get her, cause she out here looking fine. Hey, yeah, I'm popping now. Yeah, lose me, you know that out is mine. Come on, Cardi. Come on, Cardi. So anyway, shout out to Megan Thee Stallion, though, who again, I believe she got something, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, now a little something up her sleeve. And I will say this too. Her and Glow had a fallout. Yeah, like the boys. Or what I shout out to the Fallout Boys. Uh, don't know much about them, just heard of it, okay? It just sounded cool. But anyway, so yeah, y'all know Megan and Glow did have a fallout, and one thing about Megan, she's gonna address it, okay, in her music. And she posted a little snippet on Instagram this morning or whenever she did. I saw it this morning. And yeah, it sounds like, she's finally like, all right. But I telling y'all, tell y'all, Glow, Glow gives the vibe like, come outside. Like, yeah, we beefing. You know what I'm saying? Like, come here. Like, that's the vibe that Glow give. Um, Megan Thee Stallion gives like, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Bye, Felicia. She gives, you know what I'm saying, when Smokey did his little hand thing, his little hand just on Friday, like, You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, I'm too, Megan gives like, girl, I'm too cute for that. We at the function. Yeah, now truth is you being ghetto. Yeah. You being ratchet. Like that's what she give. She give like, you know, um, we plexing, kinda, sorta. You know what I'm saying? But you kinda in this by yourself because I'm not gonna be talking about you every day. You know what I'm saying? Or thinking about you every day, which I can kind of understand. You know what I'm saying? Truth is, I can understand it. Ain't no kind of to it. Megan has. I just feel like they on two different time zones. You know what I'm saying? They on two different time zones. Megan has been through so much. Hit the like button. Because I felt that. I just feel like Megan has been through so much back to back shit, like Drake said. The girl has. To where I feel like she is in a point in her life where she is like scratching and clawing at the things that she feels like she needs. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be love, whether it be her focus, whether it be, what I'm saying, less distractions, peace. Did I name that one? Yeah, now truth is I think Megan is in a place where um I don't think she's like really looking for drama and stuff like that. And all the drama that she wants is probably in her, the only drama she wants right now is probably in her eyebrows. Yeah. Like the that's probably, that's it. Yeah, nah, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Uh I just don't see, after everything she's been through, everything she's gone through, I just don't see her having the energy for glow. You know what I'm saying? It's like young ho, chill. You know what I'm saying? Find you something else to do. Because it's not that serious for me. That's the vibe that I get from Megan. But Glow, to me, Glow gives, I'm her. Glow gives young, wild, turned up. It is what it is. But shout out to Megan Thee Stallion, who also has an interview going on, a viral interview with Michelle Obama. See, that's the only thing. Like I personally, I feel like I don't know Michelle. Truth is, so that's why I have not made my way to that interview. But I definitely want to see it, and I heard it's good. So shout out to that. Anyway, y'all make sure y'all scoot up and hit the damn like. It's your girl Shay Renee, and I'm in the building. We talking rap girls right now. So shout out to that. I told y'all it's 3 channels on social media. Okay, you got the rap girls, you got Blueface, and the circus, and then you have um Dean and AB. All right, so on the Rap Girls channel yesterday, I found out that Young Miami had to walk out on shot. Well, Young Miami walked out on Talia. And I'm like, at first I was like, Talia, what's going on with you? Because it's always some controversy, with Talia and his streams. Um, but then when I think about it, it's like, I think it's all for clicks and views. Uh, it is what it is. I didn't think about that until now, but I think that's what it's all about. I think Talia didn't really give no nothing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Young Miami was on Ty Lives on his stream on live with him, and this man then took her to his. I guess I don't know. I think it's gonna be his new podcast set or something. I don't know if he was trolling her child, but it said Ty Lil, please. And you could just see Young Miami getting annoyed. She's like, "You mean Carisha, please?" As soon as she saw it, And you can just tell she got annoyed. You know what I'm saying? So to the point where Talib them wasn't ready though. They had something going on. Sound issues or something. So she bounced. Child. Dear, just like Saucy Santana's chest and got and bounced. She bounced right on up out of there. So anyway, shout out to Young Girl Happy, who been doing her thing lately. Now, and I might have told y'all that yesterday, because I remember telling y'all Young Miami been real, real cute lately. She know though, I saw a post where people was commenting on her outfit and her looks and stuff like that. And she was definitely on the same post. So shout out to her and shout out to that new uh uh her new glam squad or whatever, whatever the new thing is she has going on with her. Shout out to her, shout out to that. Now speaking of music, somebody ASAP Rocky. Let me just take the time out to tell y'all, ASAP Rocky did an interview with Jason Lee recently, and I'm glad he did. Yeah, no, truth is, I'm glad he did because ASAP Rocky is one of them people where I don't know much about him at all, like nothing. Like nothing besides he's with Rihanna. He has 3 kids with her. Other than that, I really don't know nothing about ASAP. And so it was good to, and I really need to watch their interview too. I do. I need to watch it. But the clips I saw, I just felt like it was good to listen to him and hear him open up. You know what I'm saying? It kind of made me take to him, you know, take a liking to him, because like I said, I don't know anything about him, nothing. But I like how he spoke about Rihanna. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I love how he spoke about Riri. Um, and I don't know. I don't know. I just think part of me wants the old Rihanna back, so to speak. And she's just a new woman now. So it is what it is. But I will say this, because this is how I feel about it. And let me give y'all a little bit of deja vu. Y'all hit the like button. One time I think I said something to it was like basically like I was saying that Riri is like, I don't know, she just like, to me when she's with ASAP, it's like she's not Rihanna, she's Robin. Like just I'm just the girl, I'm just the girl. It's almost like she just loses herself in him a little bit. To me, that's my perspective. And I think, and I like I said, like I miss the old Rihanna though. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I think that says a lot about him though. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. It has to say something about him, for her to even feel that way, that comfortable, and be in that space. So anyway, shout out to Rihanna. Who I hear is in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, truth is they say Riri in the studio, okay? For everybody who's been asking for music, shout out to her and shout out to that. Shout out to y'all too. Um, what else is going on these internet streets? Yeah, so the Rap Girls channel is doing a little something, something. Okay, and while we talking about music still, let me keep it right here. Now, I've been meaning to talk to y'all about Jacquees. I don't know how this topic, subject, whatever you want to call it, keep getting away from me. But let me just tell y'all. So Jacquees did an interview. Wait, was that an interview? Yeah, he did an interview. And the topic came up where he was basically saying that, like, you know, he would love to go on tour with Chris Brown, but he was saying what Eric Bellinger, who I don't really know much about, not even his music, this what it is, him, Tank, and Mario. You know what I'm saying? He was saying he wouldn't do what they doing. You know what I'm saying? He said he ain't mad at it. but that's just not for him, And he said, it is what it is. And so, that sparked a little bit of controversy for Jacquees. And I'm like, but why? Because I think people weren't able to read between the lines, honestly. That's what I think. I think that they think that Jacquees was saying that he's too big for something like that. But that's not what that's not. You know what I'm saying? Um, if you listen to him talk, you know, clearly he messes with everybody up there except for Mario. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. He gave everybody up there a shout out and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It was real cool about the story, you know what I'm saying? But I think people was missing the fact that it must be some type of beef between him and Mario. Okay? It just is what it is. So I just want to clear that up for Jacquees because I don't think that he deserved all the flack that he got for that. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. I think he just said something wasn't for him respectfully and I think he said it in a respectful way, if I'm being real. You know what I'm saying? I do. But I also think that he said it in a way where yeah, I started reading between the lines. Okay, it just is what it is. And I took us a step further and yeah, I figured it out. He has an issue with Mario. Nobody else, just Mario. So the jab or the slug or whatever somebody felt like he might have threw, it was definitely for Mario and Mario only. Okay, I don't know how did nobody else catch that, but there definitely was. Okay, and if I had to guess, I'm gonna be real, 100% real. Mario was asked recently. Cam Newton was asking Mario no more than 6 months ago who he think can and cannot sing. And I think people like to ask Mario that. It is what it is. Because Mario feels like he's a bad MNF. Shut your mouth. Type ish. I gotta give it to Mario. That boy can sing. It is what it is. The boy can sing. Um, but still, if I had to guess, he probably said Jacquees can't sing to him, and that is what it is. Boom. Bitch went down. Okay, it is what it is. So shout out to that. I think that's what's going on with them. But anyway, shout out to Mario, shout out to Jacquees and everybody on tour. It just is what it is. Getting that money to get to the bag. Shout out to them and shout out to that. Now, anyway, let's continue. Y'all make sure y'all hit the damn like. So I want to take a break. I did. I want to take a break right here, but it's okay. We're gonna keep going. So Remy, my y'all. First of all, I seen one person, this one guy, right? And he said Remy Ma dropped a diss, and Remy Ma dropped a song, and I was like, what? I didn't really believe him. Then I heard that man, they call himself Mr. Skinny, report on it. I was like, okay, hold on. And then, Remy Ma posted it. So I was like, oh, okay, this is real. Yeah, no, this is the real deal right here. Remy is in the booth. Like Lotto said, get in the booth, bitch. What? I love it. Like every studio should have a sticker that say that. Lotto, you need that. Lotto need to put that on her merch. That's fire. Y'all know I love it anyway. I love saying it anyway. But anyway. Yeah, nah, this is get in the booth. This is get in the booth. This is a get in the booth, bitch kind of year. Okay, do you hear me? For Remy Ma, it just is what it is. So shout out to Remy. Shout out to that. Remy put it all on the tracks. She say, Clarence, you shop on a clearance rack. Mr. Skinny crazy. So like, yeah, Clarissa, you got your own clearance rack. You hear that? You got a clearance rack. Oh, that kills me. Oh. I'm like, man, let me hear this. Okay, it is what it is. I have not heard the I need to hear the full song. But supposedly Remy might be doing a little responding. Okay, it just is what it is. In her new song. Now Papoose is putting in cease and desist. I don't know how you gonna really do that. I don't know how you gonna really do that when ain't nobody saying your name in the song. So it is what it is. But good luck. Okay. Good luck to everybody involved in this situation, child. It just is what it is. I ain't gave it much thought yet. You see. Mm-hmm. So shout out to that. But anyway, after that, let me move on. And let's talk about how Jaden Alexis, is choosing to respond. Jaden Alexis has responded to me, everybody. Okay, everybody in the circus who has something to say about Jaden. And she just, responded with money. It is what it is. She went and got a bag out the bank. Um, and flexed it a little bit. Yeah, now truth is she hit him with the flex a little bit. Personally, um, I feel like the flex was mainly for another and mainly for Blueface. It is what it is. Now, I do think she wanted Krishan to know that she wasn't broke. Um, but also I think Jaden is playing it like, yeah, I ruffled your feathers and that's enough for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm moving on because Jaden, her response was so funny. Somebody, yeah, pull up on me if you want to. That was Jaden's response to Krishan saying she knows where she lives, which was crazy. I mean, it is what it is, though. I can kind of understand it a little bit because it's like, girl, I know where you live and you doing all that bumping. Shut up, you know? And I can honestly say that, like, that's why a lot of people don't like to let a lot of people know where they live. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. It's one of those things. It is. It very like. Hold on. Let me gather my words. It can be a very uncomfortable thing. You know what I'm saying? Especially like she probably don't know where Christian live. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, when somebody hold on, y'all, hold on. Yeah. Like I was trying to tell y'all, it's just, it can be uncomfortable. It is what it is. So like, yeah, I like, people be saying, y'all, you be saying da 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 online. Yeah, you know, why not? You know what I'm saying? Um, like somebody was saying that uh like okay, we'll talk about that in a minute as soon as we get down here to Brorilla and Clarissa Shields. But like even with that situation, somebody was saying that like who was that? Yeah, that was Clarissa Shields' cousin, saying that she think Brorilla should sue Clarissa Shields for saying that she gonna come to Memphis and put them hands on her. I'm like, how is that a lawsuit though? You mean you mean money worthy lawsuit? Yeah, that's crazy. But hey, it is what it is. Uh, but yeah, I mean, people say stuff all the time online. Now, this is the thing. I do think that it's stupid to say certain things online, but You know what I'm saying? Like the way Krishan said it, she was just like, girl, I know where you live. Like, you just shut up. You know what I'm saying? Popping it like that. And Jaden gave the exact response that you would think she would. Like, like, ain't nobody trying to fight you. You don't want to fight her, but you constantly talking about her and her kid, girl. Name one person in the hood that play like that. But anyway, let's continue, child. So listen, Tony Rock. Y'all know I was just talking about this like what last week? Oh, I don't know when, child. Y'all know the days. Sometimes they just run together. It's just goulash. Okay, it is what it is. It just sometimes the week, the days, I just feel like goulash. So I don't really know when the fuck I said it. You know what I'm saying? But y'all know just recently we had y'all know that y'all know just recently. You know what I'm saying? Your girl Shay Renee had just touched on, you know, um, 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 you know, people being famous, right? And then like wanting that to themselves. You know what I'm saying? Basically, like in a lot of industry people uh uh are in the industry by themselves, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, I'm not putting my brother on. No, I didn't put my sister on. No, I didn't put my mama on. No, I didn't put my daddy on. I didn't put my auntie on. Like, it's just me. You know what I'm saying? And we just talked about that. And so I thought it was really, interesting to hear Tony Rock talk about his his life with his brother Chris Rock. You know what I'm saying? Tony basically he kind of to me, okay, this is just me and my personal opinion. To me, he kind of solidified what I was saying a little bit, right? Because what I was saying is, I think personally, some people feel like, that their family might not be deserving of it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Kind of like Glow, you know? Like, out my blood and sweat and tears, though, here you come. Like, I think it can be weird for some people. Now, do you have some people that are willing to put their sisters and stuff like that on? Yeah, yes, absolutely. You do. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, you have somebody like Cardi B, who I feel like wouldn't mind, but again, where's her sister? Where is she? Okay. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Truth is, I'm just saying that now that doesn't mean nothing. But what I'm saying is, I think a lot of people just aren't comfortable with it. It is what it is for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? They can have whatever reason they want to have. But I just feel like it doesn't happen that often. It really doesn't. It does not happen that often. Like, for instance, Lotto. We all know Lotto loves her little sister. You know what I'm saying? Love her little sister down. But is I'm sorry, is the industry here with us? Like, what is it in the room with us? Where like her sister's not in the industry with her, you know? Um, and so that's all I was saying. And it seems like Tony kind of spoke on his experience with that, because he was basically saying that he's been in the industry down there 30 years and he's kind of just been waiting on like, I hate to say it, but he's kind of been waiting on his brother to throw him a bone a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And he said, really, for the life of him, he doesn't have an answer for why his brother hasn't just really, really put him on yet. Specifically in a good movie role. And it was really sad to hear him say that. It was, but in the comments, so many people had so many different perspectives Y'all jump in my comments and let me know what y'all think about it. I really haven't even had a chance to form an opinion. All I could do is, you know, say wow. How much it just was like, dang, I was just talking about something like this. That's crazy to me. So that's all I could do. It's like compare it to, you know, what I was saying about it recently. Um Now, people were saying like, hey, if you watch Everybody Hates Chris, right? Chris kind of told his life a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Tony told the story too. He said that he was way more likable than Chris. Chris was bullied. People would take stuff from him. He'll go back around the corner and get it. You know? So I would just say, you know what I'm saying? If I had to guess, it's like, um, sometimes when people think back to their childhood, um, it can like have a lot of negativity attached to it, you know? And maybe, just maybe, he attaches his brother to that. So it is what it is. He could have, okay, possibly just grew up and just wanted to like do his own thing, and being real, he probably should have had it seemed like a conversation needed to be had, even a long time ago. Because to me, it sounds like, too, like Chris probably just wanted to do his own thing. Maybe he feels like his brother, followed him into Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? And who knows? Because Tony did say that. He said, sometimes he gets the vibe that his brother feels like, I just really, really wish you wasn't here. You know what I'm saying? But he said, he described it as a party that they were at one time, but he was basically saying, like, period. Like, even from the party till now. You know what I'm saying? He just really wished he wasn't in Hollywood. And that might be true. That could be true. It could have some truth to it. Somebody else was saying that also, too, though, Chris probably thinks that his brother doesn't have the hustle. He doesn't hustle enough. And he just doesn't want to give him something. People can speculate all they want, but I just thought it was an interesting time for Tony Rock to come out and say that. But yeah, shout out to him and shout out to Chris as well. Okay. Now anyway, so what else is going on in these internet streets? Christian Rock. Shout out to Christian Rock. But Christian Rock is like talking in circles and, taking a few steps back. And honestly, for her team, I can see how that could be like very frustrating. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. Because remind you, one of her coaches recently spoke out. It is what it is. Like they were about to start uh they were in the gym, and before they started training and working out and stuff like that, she said a prayer. And he was like, so you just, you know what I'm saying? You just come over here. I think he said you be praying on the East Coast and then effing up on the West Coast, you know. And she was basically saying, no, I was praying out there too. But he called her out. And other people was laughing and they said, people in the comments was saying noticeably he wasn't laughing. And I just feel like it's really kind of sad to see uh Christian don't F up the brand. It is what it is in my Jada Waiter voice. And that's really all I have for Christian right now. Um, I listen, I think if it's done right, she can definitely be around Blueface. If it's done right, I definitely think that she can make money with Blueface, but I think it just has to be done right. And honestly, I look at Krishan and she's not doing it right. It is what it is. She has to take her emotions out of it. You know, it is what it is. But hey, can't think for none of that. So it is what it is. She gotta have she gotta do it on her own. It is what it is. But shout out to her. I hope that she keeps moving with discernment and just like man, I need her to get a gorilla glue grip on her ish. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. If I was her, I would hold on to that boxing right now for dear life. Yeah, no, it is what it is. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. And I want to address the. Hold on. Let me also address that comment that Carlissa made when she was saying anybody can get da 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 da. Now you talking down. You know what I'm saying, Carlissa? You just talking down. Okay, it is what it is, and you sound like a hater. Yeah, that too. Um, because like no anybody can't go in no boxing ring and be great. That's not true. Okay, it takes a lot of toughness and hard work to get in there and do what them people do. Let's be real. I want to see you do it. Okay, just one good time. Another thing too, when it comes to musically, Jaden Alexis is still on Krishan Rock's heels. Okay, it just is what it is. She on her heels. Krishan has proven to be, you know what I'm saying, just a little bit ahead of the game as far as that goes. Because Carlissa was comparing them and she kept trying to say Jaden is right there with Krishan. No, she not. No, she not. Now, I do think Jaden might got two songs now that I think about it. She might got two songs. But she don't have as many as Krishan has. Now, Krishan don't have that many either, though. She might even got one up on Jaden. But still, that's still a couple of steps ahead. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Let's call a thing a thing. I didn't really appreciate Carlissa's comments about the boxing. Yeah, now truth is, cause now you hating. It is what it is, and you're lying. See, one thing about me, I can't stand when people lie to. You know what I'm saying? Cause you shouldn't have to do all of that to prove your point. You know, like when you talking, you should be talking actual and factual. She said Jaden Alexis is kind of right there with Krishan because the boxing thing anybody can do. She ain't really doing that. That's a lie. Then she said Jaden Alexis is up there with Krishan because musically, like they around the same. That's a lie too. Krishan. I just feel like Krishan is a little bit ahead of her when it comes to that. It is what it is. Like, had Yahweh been a little longer, like, yeah. And I take it a step further. The Christian market is hard to get in and it's hard to break. But I don't care what nobody says. Yahweh is a dang good song. I like that song. I like that song a lot. That might be Krishan's best song ever. But, you know, still, you know what I'm saying? Let's call a thing a thing. I didn't really like, you know what I'm saying? But Krishan has to take a hold of her life. She has to take a hold of her career. And like it's just I don't know. It's just you know, if I'm being real, it's at times it's hard watching Krishan. You know what I'm saying? Because she could just be like doing so well and then always take a couple of steps back. But that's life. It is what it is. So anyway, shout out to her for still trying to figure it out. These young folks, baby, they be trying to figure it out. And that's another thing too. You can tell when they don't really listen. Yeah, no, truth is you can just tell when they don't really listen. Like for instance, Krishan. Krishan probably wouldn't even want to get involved with a manager like that because as a manager, if I can't tell you don't do this and don't do that and move this way or groove this way, and you won't listen, like you have to be able to listen to somebody. Okay? It is what it is. And yeah, you know, that's that. But right now, she ain't making a lot of sense. It is what it is. Like it's all choppy. Yeah, child. Like a sandwich. Chopped beef or something. Child, it's all chopped up. Okay? And right now her thoughts is all over the place. But that comes from doing what she was doing. Okay, it is what it is. Um, yeah, no. No. Like I said, Krishan can deal with Blueface, but she gotta deal with Blueface on her own terms in a healthy manner. Period. Cause we already see how, um child, she'll just drop everything and run like Kanye said. And that's crazy, crazy, crazy. Crazy and scary too. And let me just address this one thing too. I know a lot of people keep saying that the laws is coming and the laws is coming and the laws is coming, but I don't know. Y'all jump in my comments and let me know if y'all think the laws is coming for Krishan regarding that stuff with her ex Ronnie in Baltimore. I don't know. For some reason, I don't believe that. Now I will say this. I think it now I have been hearing that the police have been interviewing people. I don't know what that's about. And when I let me say when I say people, I mean like for instance, Tasha K said they called her. Well, Tasha K did an interview, I believe, or some type of work with Ronnie. So they're saying that everybody that I guess everybody that Ronnie did interviews with are being called now. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what that's about. But I'm gonna tell y'all like this. If Krishan Rock is really arrested for Ronnie stuff, I'm gonna be shocked. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. I'm going to be shocked. I would be. But one thing that I do want to say though is when Ronnie Doe's family started saying, he's not the daddy, he's not the daddy, I have always wondered, well, not always, that's a lie. I recently, when they started acting like Krishan might be under investigation, y'all hit the like button because I don't know how true that is. I'm not in Baltimore. Y'all know I'm here, there, I'm everywhere to get the tea, but I'm not in Baltimore, like they like to call it, Baltimore. So shout out to that. Shout out to them. But what I will say is though, like when this story started picking up a little steam, right? Because now it's starting to pick up a little, like more and more people are starting to say that Krishan might be in some type of trouble with that issue. The more and more I hear people say, okay, so the more and more I started to hear people say that, I then started to wonder if his family is just saying that. You know what I'm saying? Almost like they don't want to tip off Christian or nothing like that. You know, it is what it is because truth is The family, listen, two things, it could be either or one, it could be either or. It could be that the family really has found out that that wasn't his baby, or it could be that the family is pretending, you know, like for the investigation's sake, you know, to not tip Christian off or nothing like that. Like, oh, it's not his baby. It's not his baby. We didn't moved on, you know? So, in other words, I don't know. I really don't know. Y'all jump in my comments and let me know what y'all think about it. Because I have really, really, really been wondering. Like, is his family just saying that because they know for a fact that he's not the father? Or are they saying that because, you know, they don't want to let Christian know that they feel like, you know, something might have happened to him behind him being the daddy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, okay, we're going to pretend for now. You know what I'm saying? Like he not the daddy. Because I'm gonna tell you like this too. Let's say that Ronnie, something happened to Ronnie because he was saying he was the daddy. Let's say hypothetically that might be true. That could be true. If that is true, then I don't see nobody feeling like his mother or his family should be reaching out to Christian to still pursue a blood test or something like that to see if it's his baby. You know what I'm saying? I don't see nobody recommending that right now. I think the police will be like, well, now, first, let's see if she really had something to do with him getting taken away from here. You know what I'm saying? Because if that was the reason why he got taken away from here, you wouldn't want to put yourself in danger trying to go find out what he was trying to find out too, you know? So it's crazy, crazy, crazy. But I'm gonna tell you like this. Um, I don't know. For some reason, I think it's just more rumors, you know? Because one thing I know about the police don't really say a lot. They don't to nobody. You know, so that's that. So I feel like a lot of people are just speculating. But you know, then you have people who like it was a girl that was allegedly Ronnie Doe's somebody to Ronnie Doe, his cousin or something like that, allegedly. I don't know, but I really didn't listen to what she was saying like that. But I think, you know, she was kinda like trying to like it seemed like she was kinda like going off on Christian a little bit, but I just I don't know. One thing I know, two things for sure. Like the police don't really do a lot of talking. They don't, cause it'll mess up their investigation. So they not gonna. If I feel like if Christian is a suspect, right? They not gonna tell nobody that. Nobody. Not even the family. I don't feel like. I mean, they might tell the family something like that. They probably would though. Now that they probably would release. You know, but that's about it. Other than that, no real details. But you know, I can honestly say, as far as I'm concerned, his family backing off is interesting. You know, it's interesting. And I have really been wondering if it's genuinely because they know it wasn't his kid or if it's something else. But I have really, really, really been wondering, like, what made them back off. Because I did see something where they were saying that they backed off. Like, they was basically saying that that is not Ronnie's baby. How do they know that? Like, how do y'all know that? That's what it is for me. You know what I'm saying? And that's not saying because, okay, they could be like, well, we know because Krishan, my mother and Krishan went to go get a DNA test. That's how we know. Or we know because Krishan showed us the DNA test of somebody else being his daddy. You know what I'm saying? Because remember when Blueface said that that was Ronnie baby, they checked Blueface. They told Blueface quit saying that. And I just find that interesting. I'm just wondering, like, what's the real deal? Like, why? It would have been nice if they would have told us why. They don't have to, though, but yeah, it would have been nice. But, y'all, anyway, shout out to all of that, because at the end of the day, that type of stuff is really sad. So yeah, shout out to his family. But anyway, after that, let me move on and let me talk about Blueface. Now, Blueface went on and checked Nevaeh. I said, finally, yeah, like finally, he checked Nevaeh. He told Nevaeh, no more talking about babies. And she was like, who's saying that? The chat. He was like, no, me. She talking about what, my baby? He talking about no. He said he was gonna say other people, but he stopped himself. Yeah, y'all saw that? Yeah. Just like somebody running full speed and then they and try to stop real quick. Like, yeah, he stopped himself. You see? He was just say other people. But he said, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. That ain't gonna sound right. You know what I'm saying? So he said, anybody's that's not ours. You know what I'm saying? Basically, anybody that ain't your baby, our baby. But let's not talk about it. And I was like, finally, about time though. Cause like, yeah, she needed that. It is what it is. Truth is she needed that. So yeah, shout out to him. Now, eek, and that's a lie too. Yeah, now truth is that's a lie. All of a sudden, I guess, if I had, listen, I don't know what's going on with Blueface. Yeah, now, truth is, at this point, I don't. I don't. Because, at first I was telling y'all, it seems like he working on a show, which he could be. You know what I'm saying? He very well could be. But he also could not be. Yeah, now, truth is, if that make any sense, hit the like button. He could not be also. He could not be doing working on nothing. Shit. But, his get back. Cause one thing about Blueface, yeah, if he owe you, he gonna get you. You know what I'm saying? And so we all know, like, he uses women to make other women mad. So right now, the main woman that he has to make Jaden mad is Krishan. Remember I told y'all, Nevaeh don't mean nothing like that to the girls. Nevaeh gets paid dust. They don't care, they don't care, they don't care. That Krishan can ruffle some feathers. So it makes me feel like he playing her. But what is he telling her? Is he telling her, like, I don't know. But it's seeming like it's a every weekend thing. It seems like they trying to make it a weekend thing. So Nevaeh then took the man IDs. Tell me, yeah, now he won't be traveling no more. And so now they acting like Krishan going to LA. And I'm just like, ooh, I know her team is shaking their head. Shaking their damn head. But it is what it is. Honestly, and that's the thing too. Like, Krishan is supposed to be in camp. Who play around like that? It's just, it's a lot. The brand is all over the place. Baby, the brand. Um, Child. Anyway, that's a lot. But anyway, yeah, that's what's going on in the circus. Okay, they got a lot going on. Yeah, shit. It's hard to keep up, you know. And then for somebody that was like wants to see Krishan win, this is crazy. This is crazy. It's like, oh shit, the story that took a turn. Child, the story that took a turn. But listen, I was just telling y'all just recently, you know, as a kid, I grew up watching soap operas, and soap operas always did that. Yeah, now, truth is, they always did that. Somebody was always with somebody that you didn't want them with, and secretly in love with such and such, and it was a mess. And so it's definitely uh um I don't know. It's just like it's on brand. I would say, yeah. Now, truth is, this shit is on brand. Okay. I mean, because when you think about it, like most stories, I'm talking about the real good ones. You can't have it your way. Yeah. Now, truth is, you just can't have it. You can't have it. You can't have it. You ain't gonna be able to have it. like for instance, Ghost and Angela. I don't think a lot of us want to ghost with Angela. I think a lot of us jump in my comments if you want to ghost with Angela. I think a lot of us want to ghost with Tasha. Okay, it just is what it is. It's damn wild. But you see how they took us through there, you know, and like, yeah. Same soup, child, just reheated. But anyway, after that, let me move on. Let's continue. So, Brorilla. Brorilla gets into it with Clarissa Shields yesterday. And I ain't gonna lie. I am not gonna lie. Y'all want the truth? Y'all know y'all gotta be able to hand it over here with me. Y'all make sure y'all scoot up, hit the like button. Oh, I was gonna take a break, but I cannot afford a break right now. So it is. Shout out to that. Let me keep going. Listen, so hold on. I want to play some clips of Brorilla because Brorilla is a mess. Hold on, y'all, real quick. Okay, so Barilla went viral yesterday after she said, this about Clarissa Shields, y'all.
Clarissa Shields irritates the fuck out of me, fool. Like, she is so irritating. I remember the time to be like, I'm a bad. Who told you was a badass bitch? Like, you look like Serena Williams. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, she just irritating as hell. But whether I ever, and if that hoe ever try to fight me, she going to jail because her hand, that whole hand is registered as a lethal weapon. Oh, you doing time, because I'm going to every court date. That's what like, she, like, Shawty, you be trying too much, fool. Like, you just a bad bitch. Like, fool, you do not look better than Remy Mom. On my soul, you don't. Like, then you got a nigga, like, don't nobody know, like, Clarissa, you don't have to prove to nobody your relationship. Let these folks keep thinking, like, you the number one female boxer. Like, bro, you're winning. You're winning. Like, every time you talk, it's just, snails come out, just slowness. Like, just shut the fuck up. Like, bro, half of the folks that are talking about you don't even have, you couldn't even, so she just irritates the fuck.
Hold on, y'all.
So, I'm gonna even make the type of money a portion of your salary in a year. So why did you sit here responding to these folks, fool? Like, bro, you are talented. Like, stop responding to these folks. When you respond, you sound and look stupid as hell. Even make the type of money a portion of your salary.
Now, when I first heard that, I was like, okay, I think, okay, hold on. Yeah, now, hold up. Let me say this. I think it's something going on, y'all, where, and did I tell y'all this? Shout out to y'all. Y'all make sure y'all scoot up, get comfortable, hit the damn like. It's your girl Shay Renee, and I'm in the building. And look, for educational purposes, like, yeah, it'd be a lot of that going on my channel. I feel like I told y'all this, but if I didn't, let me say it now. I feel like something is going on where, like, people are, like, paying people, and I could be wrong. Yeah, no, truth is, I could be wrong, but I think people are paying people to go off on people. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. So, for instance, when Cardi B went off on, not Cardi B, when Tia Kim went off on Akbar V recently, I thought Cardi B had something to do with that. Now, could I be wrong? Yes. And am I saying it like it's actual and factual? No, I'm not. So it's alleged, but it shouldn't even have to be alleged because I'm not saying it like it's true. I'm saying it like I'm speculating that that's what's happening here. Okay, I'm thinking that's what's happening here. I'm thinking like when people want somebody to go off on somebody, they getting paid to do it. Like, yeah, here's a cash app. Talk that talk today. It just is what it is because to me, personally, I didn't see a motivating factor for Tia Kim to do Akbar like that. Yeah, nah, truth is I just didn't. Not like that. Like unless Tia Kim don't already like Akbar. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I really, really, really feel like something is going on now where like people are getting paid to get people together. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Charleston White is one who can get paid to do that. Tia Kemp, obviously, and now Brorilla. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. Because I don't think it was, because this is the thing. Yes, Clarissa Shields is being used as like clickbait, kinda, sorta. Because somebody just said that just recently that Clarissa Shields is being used as clickbait, and she is in a sense because people talk about her because she is a hot topic. Um, But at the end of the day, too, though, she's a hot topic and she's viral. So anything that, is viral is going to get talked about. It is what it is. And Clarissa Shields, I just told y'all, she definitely uses her fights to go viral, okay? Or she uses her content to make herself viral right before her fights, okay? It is what it is. She likes to go viral right before fight night. And so she got to understand she's going viral and these people are going to go viral too. But at the same time, like, I don't know if Brorilla needed to go viral though. Like, why? You know what I'm saying? It just don't make no sense to me. Clarissa Shields' fight is on the 15th. Brorilla started picking with her on the 13th. You know, like, it's given, in my personal opinion, it's given she was paid to do so. I don't think this was just, now I could be wrong, but I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? Because when nobody even talking about Clarissa yesterday, Barilla just popped up out the blue with that. But again, could I be wrong? Yes. But it's just the way she started out. She said,
even Clarissa, she just irritates the fuck out of me, fool. Like, she is so irritating. I remember the time to be like, I'm a bad. Who told you?
You see, like, who just starts off, you know, unless she, because, people be clipping these lives. Maybe she was just already talking and that, I don't know. But Clarissa got wind of it and she responded immediately. Now I will say this. I think Clarissa has to get used to all of this going on. Right? It is what it is. She has to get used to her new found fame. Because to me, Clarissa is famous now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, the truth is she's famous now. Before that, she was just a champ. And I don't mean to say it like just a champ, but it was. She was just a champion. And unfortunately, her champion status wasn't making her go viral. Okay, it is what it is. Unfortunately, all this drama is what has put her in front of more people, so to speak. And with that being said, I don't know, shout out to her in that. But I definitely think that she don't have to. If I was on her team or working with her, I would prefer her to um ignore more. You know what I'm saying? Ignore way more. It is what it is. Because, that's one thing Barilla said that I do agree with. You don't have to respond to everything. And you damn sure don't have to respond to everybody. You know. But again, I also agree. Just like I told y'all yesterday, I agree with a lot of stuff that Clarissa says. You know what I'm saying? Like how she was saying that, people don't allow her to make mistakes, and just live. It is what it is. I think, well, let me just use my own self. Okay. I use my own self as an example. Me myself, personally, I used to respond to a lot of stuff too. I had to get moved from there. I had to get from A to B, so to speak. So it is what it is. I feel like I would say allow her to do that. It is what it is. I will say that. Another thing I will say is, shoot, it seems like it's free. Seems like it's all, it's free promo, which again, can work out in Clarissa's favor. It is what it is. So anyway, shout out to her, shout out to that. But I will say this, like, for me, it's all about positioning and branding, and I just feel like don't mess up the brand. Don't F up the brand in my Jada Waiter voice, like I need you to get a gorilla group grip on your ish. Bottom line, And so personally, I think Clarissa Shields, although see, I this is the thing. Clarissa Shields' brand has skyrocketed since she's been with Papoose. So, although a lot of us feel like she's messing up her brand with the Papoose stuff, she don't really see it that way because, you know, I feel like her stock has went up. If that makes sense. It just is what it is. So, it's kind of hard to tell her to stop. That's one. And then another thing too, some people gonna feel like, hey, you don't want to hear it, close your ears, type stuff. But you know, um, for me, it's more so more eyes on you, Clarissa, less eyes on your relationship. That's it. Bottom line, it is what it is. Because remind you, your brand is what got you here. Clarissa know that though, hands down, she know that. But that's what got you here. So like, yeah, let's focus on that more. It is what it is. Now I will say this. I could understand both points of views. Clarissa probably feel like, well, if I just go back to boxing only, right? Then my brand might tank again, and stock goes down, so to speak. But I just feel like that's okay. One, I feel like that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because you killing it right now, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? I know I don't really want to say that word, but you know what I'm saying? She doing her thing. You know what I'm saying? She doing really good right now, so to speak. But another thing too though, like it's other things and other ways to put your name out there. You know what I'm saying? Plenty. We just don't have to focus on Papoose. Clarissa got, it's other ways to sell your tickets. Pookie butt, okay? You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. And so yeah, that's just what she needs. But listen, Clarissa Shields, seemingly was upset. For real. Now, one thing that I can say about Clarissa, if 10 is being all the way mad when you going off, I don't necessarily get a 10 from her. I got like a 7.5, you know what I'm saying? As she was talking ish, popping her ish to Brorilla. Here she go.
I'ma come to Memphis and beat your ass.
Hold on.
Oh, well, I'ma come to Memphis and beat your ass, bitch. I'm getting ready to lose weight and you wanna fuck with me? I'm about to come to Memphis and beat you the fuck up. Call the police. Cause I'm so motherfucking fast. Soon as you call them, I'm gonna be gone by the time I beat your ass. Before the cops get there, I've been to fuck you up already. So yeah, you Brorilla, I'm beating your ass because I should have beat your ass already for you playing with Glorilla. So Glow, just so you know, nigga, Glorilla, I'm beating Brorilla ass on the strength of you. I got you. Them other motherfuckers you said didn't get her ass the right way. I'm gonna get Brorilla ass the right way for you. Ain't nobody ever said nothing about you with your entitled ass. Oh, I'm entitled to my sister money. She worked hard and I sit on my fat ass and I deserve to get her money. Why, Brorilla? Go get a fucking job. Well, I'm gonna come to Memphis.
She should have said, ha! Broke hoe. Ha! That would have struck a nerve, I feel like. But anyway, shout out to Clarissa though, because people said Clarissa really didn't. Basically they were saying her clap back really, did go that hard against Barilla's. But the thing is, when you clap it back at somebody who is good at talking ish and you're not, it ain't gotta be. It just don't gotta be. All you gotta do is say what needs to be said. Because what's understood, they ain't gotta be explained. You know what I'm saying? And I like how Clarissa was talking. Clarissa said, girl, when I see you. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let me catch you. Now, it's gonna be really, really interesting how Glow responds. Yeah, now truth is because remember who was that when Brorilla was like, I'm not finna let you talk about my sister. Remember, she was like, I can do that, but you can't. Child, it's gonna be interesting to see what Glow say. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see what Glow gonna say. Because truth is, allegedly, Glow was allegedly so mad at her sister that she did try to allegedly. Brorilla said that Glow tried to have somebody pounce on her like tickle. And so, child, but they didn't do much. Truth is, they just they just didn't do a damn thing. And so, Clarissa said, "You know what, Glow? I got you." You know what I'm saying? And I thought that was funny. I really don't think that Clarissa is serious. I don't. Even, although I will say this though, I think Clarissa wants to be though. You know what I'm saying? And I can only imagine, like, from their perspective, man, they box all the time, they fight all the time, and then, somebody talking crazy to me and you gonna tell me I can't fight? That's crazy, Truth is, it's just, it takes, man, they're like, even AB, you know what I'm saying? They be showing AB sometimes, and the way he be keeping his cool is just like crazy, Now with Clarissa Shields, I don't know if you will be so lucky with Clarissa though. Yeah, no, truth is, I don't know. I would have to, we would really have to see Clarissa do something like that, I mean, because we saw recently, and Clarissa, you know what I'm saying, she went ahead and reached out and touched the girl, So, um, it is what it is. She touched her. Yeah, like they tell you do in church. Ugh. So I don't know. Truth is, but I think Clarissa's playing, but I think she wants to be serious AF. Truth is, it just is what it is. Because like I said, she's a very competitive girl, and I told y'all, I feel like this Remy Ma and Papoose and stuff. This has been the toughest fight of her life. Toughest fight of her life. She just haven't been able to get the dub on that. It is what it is. She got a she got a hell of a fight on her hands, by the way, too, when it comes to this divorce and being in these people's marriage and stuff. It's just crazy. But anyway, um shout out to her and shout out to Brorilla, child. They went off on each other yesterday. But y'all jump in my comments and let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think that I'm on to something when I say that, like, yeah, I think people are, definitely starting to reach out, and, people are probably possibly getting paid to ruffle people feathers. Y'all let me know. Jump in my comments and let me know what y'all think about that. And I will definitely see y'all on my next video. Okay.